Audiobook Academy Biography presents Mel Brooks. In addition to his many other comedy, Mel Brooks is well known for such films as The Producers, Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein. The Producers, Blazing Saddles, and Young Frankenstein are just a few of director Mel Brooks's iconic comedy. Brooks has won an Academy Award, many Emmys, Grammys, and Tony Awards as a writer, producer, director, and actor. He was married to actress Anne Bancroft for over 4 decades, and they had 2 children. Early years. The son of Kate Brookman and Max Kaminsky in Brooklyn, New York, Brooks was given the name Melvin Kaminsky on June 28, 1926. As a teenager, Brooks worked as a stand-up comedy and learned to play the drums from Buddy Rich, a legendary musician. When he returned from World War II, he performed as an entertainer at Catskills resorts. Films like Get Smart, The Producers, and Sesame Street. In 1965, he co-created Get Smart with Buck Henry, a comedy series starring Don Adams that poked fun at the spy genre. Brooks's feature-length directorial debut came in 1968 with The Producers, a film he wrote and directed after winning an Academy Award for his work on the animated short The Critic. Squirrel comedy Springtime for Hitler stars Gene Wilder and Zero Mostel as Broadway producers who intentionally put on an offensive play, Springtime for Hitler. Although The Producers didn't do well at the box office, it won Brooks the Best Screenplay Oscar in 1969 and would be hailed as a masterpiece in later years. Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein, for example. A decade before winning 2 consecutive Oscars in 1974, Brooks directed the film 12 Chairs in 1970 and co-wrote the screenplay for the animated version of the musical Shinbone Alley. Richard Pryor's comedy Blazing Saddles was released early in the year, starring Wilder as the town's first African-American sheriff, along with Harvey Korman and Madeline Kahn, as well as Harvey Korman and Madeline Kahn. The film's satire pushed the boundaries of comedy, and it took in about $120 million domestically. In December, Brooks released Young Frankenstein, which Wilder wrote the script for and starred in, making it an instant classic. Kahn, Terry Garr, Cloris Leachman, and Peter Boyle all appeared in the film as Dr. Frankenstein's monster. A hilarious parody of Irving Berlin's Put In on the Ritz can be heard in the film. Producing firm. Silent Movie, 1976, High Anxiety, 1977, The History of the World, Part 1, 1981, Spaceballs, 1987, Life Stinks, 1991, Robin Hood, Men in Tights, 1993, and Dracula, Dead and Loving It, 1993, were all written and directed by Brooks during the next 2 decades. 1995. Brooks formed his own production firm, Brooks Films, in addition to acting in his own films. His goal was to promote more serious entertainment. The Elephant Man, 1980, To Be or Not to Be, 1983, and The Fly, all starring Brooks and his wife, actress Anne Bancroft, were produced by Brooks Films, 1986. Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks. Brooks first worked with comedian Sid Caesar on the Admiral Broadway Revue in 1949 as a writer, and then with producer Carl Reiner on Your Show of Shows in 1950. To further develop the 2,000-Year-Old Man sketch, he collaborated with Reiner on a series of related albums. Since then, their bond has remained strong. The two men, both in their 90s, are still joking about entertainment and politics, as well as themselves. Well, we see each other almost every night. We watch movies and comment on the world every night, and now we have Trump to work with. In a June 2017 interview with Vanity Fair, Reiner said this playfully. His relationship with Reiner continues to bring Brooks joy. He's 95. And his neck is bent a little, so he looks down all the time, Brooks said GQ in May 2017 about Reiner. I'm always curious about his movies, and I ask him questions like your early movie The Russians Are Coming, who is in the cast besides Alan Arkin? But he said to me the other night, don't ask me all these goddamn questions. Ask me about floors. Because he's always looking down. Ask me about floors. That's hysterical. I love him. Awards. A few people have won Oscars, Emmys, and Grammys. Brooks is one of the few. On Broadway, he received 2 Grammys, one for the comedy album The 2,000-Year-Old Man in the year 2000, and one for the musical The Producers. Emmys for his variety show writing and for his performance as Uncle Phil on the sitcom Mad About You also earned him a total of 3 awards in 3 consecutive years. The Producers, a Broadway musical that Brooks created in 2001 and won a record-breaking 12 Tony Awards during its 6-year run, inspired a cinematic adaptation in 2005. In addition, he was responsible for the Young Frankenstein musical in 2007. American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award was bestowed upon Brooks in 2013. Mel Brooks, Make a Noise, a PBS American Masters documentary, aired in the same year. Mel Brooks Live at the Geffen, a one-man show that aired on HBO at the end of January and won 2 Emmys, was the star of the show. As a result of his work on The Comedians, Brooks was nominated for an Emmy for Best Guest Actor in a Comedy. On top of these efforts, Brooks will also be seen on camera as an interviewee in the documentary, The Last Laugh, which examines how comedy may be used in the context of Holocaust memory. Brooks was awarded the National Medal of Arts by President Barack Obama in September 2016. President Obama praised Brooks's career of making the world laugh during the ceremony. He was a forerunner in the field of musical comedy as a writer, director, actor, and musician. And he's won Oscars, Emmys, Tonys, and Grammys for his work in film and stage, making him one of only a handful of people to achieve this uncommon honor. Family. Brooks and actress Anne Bancroft were married from 1964 until her death in 2005, a period spanning more than 4 decades. Among the books Max Brooks has written are the Zombie Survival Guide series and World War Z, which was made into a 2013 blockbuster picture with Brad Pitt starring in it. Thank you for listening in Audiobook Academy. Don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button for more content like this. See you in next video.